sophomore right side, number 14, Isabella Smith. A sophomore outside, number 17, Reese Bourgeois. And a freshman center, number 21, Savannah Hunter. The head coach for the Huskies is Diane Newell. And now, let's meet your Eagles. First, the reserves. Number 2, Chrissy Cruz. Number 4, Ashley Emerson. Number 6, Delaney Gross. Number 8, Beatrice Kersey. Number 13, Cam Switzer. And number 15, Mary Lipsky. Number 17, Julia Ellis. And now, the starting lineup for your Husson University Eagles. Alabama graduate student from Belmont, New Hampshire, number 22, Amber LeMay. A senior from Eagle River, Alaska, number 5, Cheyenne Young. And our freshman from Eagle River, Alaska, number 7, Sarah White. A graduate student from Rochester, New Hampshire, number 10, Andrea Beatty. A sophomore from San Jose, California, number 11, Olivia McIntyre. And a sophomore from Westerly, Rhode Island, number 12, Alexa Beal. And a sophomore from Alton, New Hampshire, number 16, Julia Levitt. These are the coached by Alex Gordon. He's assisted by Carl Lesak and Andrew Moore.
Everyone to Newman Gymnasium as it's Husson volleyball action, as it's the University of Southern Maine with a record of 1-5 against Husson volleyball with a 1-4 overall record. I'm Isaac Potter alongside Tyler Huey. Tyler, how are you doing tonight?
You know, it's good. It's been a long time since we've been inside Newman Gym here, as volleyball finally gets a home match. There we go. I lost my words there.
There you go.
And a home match after the season started, what, 2 weeks ago for them? Roughly, right? September 1st,
Yes.
September 3rd. So, yeah, roughly 2 weeks ago, 11 days. So, but we're here, and this is a new-look Eagles team compared to last year. Of course, head coach Alex Gordon, first-year head coach for the Eagles. So, exciting things happening.
Absolutely. And like Tyler mentioned, Alex Gordon taking his first season as the head coach of Husson volleyball. And so I'm going to quickly go down through the starting lineups here. For University of Maine, Southern Maine, it's going to be number 4, Tori McMahon, number 6, Madison Zimmer, number 9, Meg Perry, number 11, Drew Johnson, number 14, Isabel Smith, and number 17, Reese Bourgeois. And for the Husson Eagles, it's going to be number 22, Amber LeMay, number 5, Cheyenne Young, number 7, Sarah Adrian Beatty, number 11, Olivia McIntyre, number 12, Alexis Beal, and number 16, Julia Levitt. And we are right about to get underway as it's Savannah Hunter serving this one off. And the first point of the game is going to go to the University of Maine of Southern Maine.
Yeah, starts it off with an ace there, trying to get the Eagles defense to move forward, catch them off guard there. Good serve to start off the match.
We're getting our kinks out here.
It's also our first game broadcasting volleyball in a long time, so we're getting the kinks out, like you said, too.
That's right.
That's a great spike by Cheyenne Young.
Yes, what a nice spike there. And I think that was actually number 12, Alexis Beal, the sophomore. So she'll tie things at 1 apiece.
Thank you for correcting me there.
It's okay. It's okay. And now we're going to see number 11, Olivia McIntyre, go serve the ball here.
As we're taking care of the substitutions here.
And like we mentioned earlier, University of Southern Maine coming in with a record of 1-5. They're coming off a loss to Western New England on September 10th. They lost 3-0 in that match. And for Husson, they're also coming off a loss against Framingham State, losing 3-1 in that match.
Yeah, they went down to UMass Dartmouth over the weekend and lost 3-0 to Dartmouth in the prior match.
As we see the serve from McIntyre. As number 9, Meg Perry makes a nice serve there. And now 2-1, now Southern Maine.
Yeah, Cheyenne Young there trying to make the dig, but too powerful of a shot there.
As we see Meg Perry serving this one now. That'll be set up over to Levitt, but just can't get that one over.
Yeah, that was a good tip, though, by Levitt to try to win the point there, but the Huskies are able to respond and take the point in their hands.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of a miscommunication there from McIntyre and LeMay as now USM draws to a 3-1 lead. As Young will serve that one over the net. The ball will be set up over to Smith, and she gets the wrong tip of that one, and a point will go to Husson.
Yeah, that's clearly an attacking error there.
Good crowd here in Newman Gymnasium. A good packed house here. Lots of students and parents checking out this first home game on the season.
You know, it helps, too, when you got Southern Maine as the visiting team, because that allows their fans to travel up, too. And there was quite a bit of Southern Maine parents and apparel as we came up to the press box here. So it just gives a good environment for the teams.
Absolutely. Definitely a good turnout from both sides here, as it was USM scoring on that last play there. And a nice serve there by Levitt. And that'll be another point going to Husson.
Yeah, there was a block there by the Huskies, but the back row was not able to recover from it.
Levitt will serve this one. A nice dig there from McMahon. And a nice serve there by, I believe that was number 14, Isabel Smith. Just gets the very back end of that corner there.
Yeah, that's where they teach you where to spike, right in that back corner. You know, you look at a volleyball court from like our angle, and it really doesn't look that big, but when you're spiking it, there's room.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I just wish I was tall enough to get spikes, because it looks so much fun to spike a volleyball.
I used to play back in the day. It's pretty fun. So
back in the day of intramurals.
No, I played volleyball 4 years in high school.
You're telling me Holton had a volleyball team?
GHCA had a volleyball team.
Oh, sorry.
Get my school right, man.
Sorry.
Gosh.
They're all the same when they're up north.
That is true. That is true. I'm Aroostook County proud, though. That's right. As Isabel Smith will serve this one. Cheyenne Young, and a little bit, that was actually number 13, Cam Schwitzer. Just a little bit too much on that spike, and a point going back over to USM.
Yeah, just missed the corner there.
6-3 now, USM leading this still, as Isabel Smith will serve that one, but it will go a little bit too far to the left and go out of bounds. As now we'll see number 10, the grad student Adrian Betty, taking this serve here.
Yeah, this is actually one of the first. This is the first season in her 5, 6, 10, whatever it is years for her. It feels like it's been forever. Where Beatty's actually wearing her legit jersey, because she's been the libero the last 4 years.
That is true, and
it actually took me a while to be like, wait, who's number 10? What? Because I'm so used to her being in that libero jersey.
Right. Yeah, it definitely helps too. You know, that COVID year definitely had its perks as being a grad student to be able to come back and play another year of sports here.
No, especially when you're like in the physical therapy department where you got a 6-year program.
Absolutely. And Julia Ellis there tried to hit that one over the net, but just comes up a little short. Another point going back over to Husson. You see this Perry.
We had a double hit there.
Not really often that you see that. Normally you might see it sometimes after like a block, but not really in those kind of situations.
But it allows the Eagles to tie the game up here, and Beatty can serve for the set lead here.
Beatty gets a nice serve there. That was Zimmer with the spike. Ball will go over to Levitt and gets a spike over there. As that one's just going to go a little bit short off the net again. And Husson has scored the last 3 points in a row here.
Now we get a Let's Go Husson chant going here. beneath us.
As Beatty will serve that one over. That play. And it looks like number 11, Olivia McIntyre, crossed over the line there, or she may have possibly touched the net too.
Yeah, it was either one of those things, but nevertheless, it gets a point for the Huskies to get them back in at an even score here.
It definitely stopped the momentum there as Husson came back from a 3 deficits lead there. And we'll see number 10, Ellie Perry, the freshman from Gorham, Maine, getting ready to serve this one here. She'll now get ready to serve. Perry serves that one, and LeMay digs it. Cheyenne Young.
Oh, that was a beautiful tip by Young there. She
Yep.
saw that the Huskies defense was right up against the net and tipped it right over them. So I
Right.
don't mean to keep cutting you off.
No, you're good, you're good. But yeah, I was going to say the same thing. You know, a very nice tip there from LeMay. That's just a smart heads-up IQ play, because when you're thinking she's going to spike that, but then she comes up a little short to try and throw them off, and that's exactly what she did. As that's Beal with the spike there. Perry's going to spike this one over and hits the top of the net and falls right down.
Yeah, it looks like it spun off the hands of either McIntyre or Young there.
As once again, we have a tie game at 8 apiece. As Madison Zimmer will serve this one. LeMay makes a nice save over. It's Johnson with the spike. That's nicely played there by McIntyre. The ball will go over to Perry, who tries to fake that one. And a nice trick play there from USM as they score another point. As we're now getting ready here. Zimmer serves this one over. Over to McIntyre. So you see LeMay. Over to Beal with the spike. And a nice tip there from Alexa Beal, the sophomore. And it's now 9-9 now. Definitely has been a good back and forth action here. As we see here, Johnson with the spike. Levitt with a spike of her own, and a nice save there by McMahon. And that one's going to go a little bit out of bounds there by Ellie Perry, as another point goes over to Husson. 10-9 now as Husson regains the lead, as number 5, Cheyenne Young, will serve this one, the senior. And just like the last play, that just goes a little bit too far over. And we apologize with the technical difficulties there. We'll be working on trying to get the video working here. For right now, we're going to kind of have to do this radio style until it gets fixed. So you see McMahon, a nice spike there by Meg Perry, as it'll be tipped out of bounds by a Husson defender. And USM retakes the lead 11-10 now. There we go. We have some video now. Thanks to our very own Tyler Huey. Worked the camera on that one.
Yeah, so I got a funny story for the people back home. Whoever set up the camera prior to the contest did not plug in the camera in the right slot. They plugged it in where a headset goes, not the camera power slot. So figured that out. We're all good. We're back to normal here.
Well, that's a good thing. So, it'd be a little bit tough having to call this a little radio style. So,
yeah, that would be difficult, wouldn't it?
As we're just making sure the substitutions got in correctly there.
Yeah, again, it's just one of those things. You know, everyone here is getting back in that rhythm when it comes to volleyball stats and that type of thing too. So, you know, it's not even just the Husson players who this is their first home game. It's also our first home game and everyone here. So you see us in a couple games, we'll be back in rhythm. It's just, again, volleyball is a really tough, as that's a nice ace there, a tough sport to stat because you just got so much going on. It's not like field hockey or soccer where it's just shot goal, shot blocked. It's we got dig, you got an ace, you got to kill, all that stuff. So
Right. That's
that's again another good ace.
Actually, that one's actually going to go to USM as
from our angle, it looked like it touched the line, but nevertheless, that's okay.
Tough.
That's why we're here and not down there.
That's true. As I thought for a second they were going to possibly get together to talk, but it will still remain a point going over to USM. As now number 9, Meg Perry, the junior, will get ready to serve here. Definitely has been an entertaining first set here. There's a nice spike there from Beal, so that's going to be blocked. Number 17, Bourgeois, will serve it over. A spike there by Drew Johnson, but I believe that might have been blocked there at a point going to Husson.
I think that was Beal there that got the block.
Yeah, I believe that was Beal who got the block there. I think it was either Beal or McIntyre. There's a spike there from Smith. Digged there by the Husson player, and a quick miscommunication there by Julia Levitt, and ties it back up at 13. As we now see the libero, number 4, Tori McMahon, serving this one. And that one gets a bad bounce off the wrist, and a point goes to USM. 14-13 now, USM. McMahon will serve this one. Hits it to LeMay. As that's Sarah White with the spike, as that was partially blocked there. Smith has a nice serve, and it will stay in bounds.
It stayed in bounds there because of the tip by the Eagles.
Yes.
If that tip wasn't there, that was going out. But you don't know that when you're trying to go for a block.
Right. McMahon serves it once again. She'll serve it over to Levitt. That was a strong spike there. Gives another point back over to Husson.
That was a danger spike here as we're going to get the replay while Levitt retrieves the ball to serve it here.
Definitely was a nice play there by Levitt. A very strong spike.
And there's a strong spike there as USM wins the next point.
USM now up 16-14 here. As we'll see Isabel Smith for the Huskies serving this one. Ball will be hit over towards Sarah White. White with the spike, blocked there by number 21, Savannah Hunter. And USM now up by 3. Now we see once again Smith getting ready to serve this one. Smith serves it over as LeMay digs that one up. Cheyenne Young with the nice spike, but it's going to be blocked there. Smith tries to hit it over, but blocked once again by Young. Young's going to go up. She tries to trick a play there. We see Zimmer tried to send it over. And it looks like it was going to be tipped out of bounds there by Bourgeois. And a point goes to Husson.
Yeah, Schwitzler there got the tip off the Huskies defender to send it out a play. Smart play there just to do a little tip and get it out of bounds.
As Adrian Beatty going to be serving this next one here. Starting to look a little bit down the line for Husson. Their next game is going to be on the 17th versus the University of Maine of Fort Kent. That'll be a 6 o'clock start. Once again, then they'll travel up to the University of Maine on the 20th to face them once again at 7. As LeMay with a nice dig there. Young will serve it over. And believe that may have been a double hit.
Yeah, I think they're ruling that Beatty when she smacked it with like one hand, it double touched. Because even she's saying, that was me, that was me. So.
Yeah, I thought maybe at first they might have called it a carry, but it ended up being a double hit there.
Yeah, it was a really awkward hit by Beatty there, but at the time thought it worked, but
as we'll now see,
referees disagreed.
As we now will see Ellie Perry serving this one over. Nice stick there by LeMay. So we see White spike that one over. As Ellie Perry spikes it from the backside. Cheyenne Young with a spike. And it looked like there Savannah Hunter got a piece of it. And number 14, Isabel Smith, wasn't able to dig that one up. So far, been a very entertaining first game here. Reminder, it's a best out of 5. So now we see Perry once again with a strong serve. But too much for Beatty to handle. Another point quickly goes back over to USM. 19-16 now. USM leading by 3. The serve over by Zimmer as McIntyre served it over. LeMay with a nice dig, almost hits the ceiling there. Beatty will nicely hit it over. Harry tries to go for the spike there, but that's just going to be a little bit too much as the ball goes out of bounds. Cheyenne Young will serve this next one here for Husson. USM leading this one 19-17. Games go to 25. Win by 2 points. As Young set it up there. Levitt with a nice spike there. And it looks like it was blocked by Hunter, but it goes out of bounds. As Cheyenne Young will once again get ready to serve this one here. She serves that one, and that's just going to hit the net there. And a point going back over to USM.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that's one of the first service errors we've had in this game where it just hits the net.
Yes, that is. I believe that is the very first one of this game too. So as the ball barely just stays in there, as that was number 21 Savannah Hunter scoring on that point.
Yeah, Beatty there was hoping it would go on the other side of the line, but
those are always so tough to try and play because you're not sure if it's going to go out of bounds or if it's going to go right on the line. As Levitt scored on that play there for Husson. It's just one of those quick kind of plays that you have to think of as a volleyball player.
You're screwed if you hit it, you're screwed if you're not. You know, that's kind of one of those things.
Right. So now we'll see number 11, Olivia McIntyre, get ready for this one here. She will serve that one over, and that gets right in. And just like that, Husson draws this game to 1. McIntyre will get ready to serve on this next play here. She serves this one. A nice save there as Smith spikes it over. Perry will hit that one over. As Levitt gets ready for a spike, it'll be blocked there. But it happens to fall in, and Husson has tied this thing right back up. 21-21 now. And we're going to get a quick timeout here by University of Southern Maine. And Husson's just clawing their way back in this one, Tyler.
Yeah, the Eagles are looking for their first set victory versus Southern Maine since 2018. So you're looking at 5 straight matches before this one.
Right, and so far, Alex Gordon's squad, he's got to be very pleased with how they've came out so far here in this first game, making it very competitive. It's really been back and forth. Like, I think the most each team has had for a lead was 3 points. And it's just really been going back and forth the entire game.
No, and that's exactly what you want. And now you're hoping that these fans can get behind the Eagles here and push them forward to hopefully take this set.
Right, definitely should get interesting here, these next few points. I'm sure Newman Gymnasium's going to get loud here as USM breaks the timeout huddle first. So both teams really want this first game. Try to get that momentum going for them for the rest of the sets here.
And you don't have to be a math guy to know that statistically your chances of winning a match are better when you win the first set. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious.
Well, I'm no mathematician, but I'll take your word for it. So. As both teams are now out of the huddles, and we'll get ready for this serve here as Olivia McIntyre will serve this one over. A dig there by Perry. And it looks like it might have been a blocked play there. I had my head down, and I believe that might have been Alexa Beal with the point there. As Husson takes a 1-point lead. Reminder that whoever wins must win by 2. As Perry will serve that one over, as that one goes a little over to the corner. USM was trying to look for, it might have been a tip by a Husson player, but it did not, according to the referee. And Husson takes a 2-point lead. McIntyre hits it over McMahon. Smith saves it from going out of bounds. Levitt goes up with a spike. McMahon saves it. So Cheyenne Young to McIntyre. Over to Schwitzer.
Huskies want a double hit there, but they're not going to get it.
As we see Hunter saving that one over. Levitt goes up with a spike, and it's just going to go out of bounds there. And a point going to USM.
That was just an overall good rally by both teams. Both teams just battling to keep that ball alive.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely was a good rally there, and a huge point there from USM, because that would have mean Husson would have had to score one more to win.
And I'm glad you brought it up to make sure everyone knows you have to win by 2, because that might come into play here.
That is true. So as now we see number 9, Meg Perry, serving this one over to LeMay. As that's Beal with the spike there. And it looks like, I believe they're going to redo that play there.
I think they're calling it an invert whistle.
Yeah, because it looked like the umpire on the ladder there accidentally blew the whistle, like you mentioned. So they'll redo that play there. So Perry serves it over. Levitt gets ready to spike this one. Blocked there by Johnson. And it'll be tipped by a Eagles player. And it tie it right back up at 23 apiece. Now we'll once again get ready here for as number 9, Meg Perry, will get ready to serve. To LeMay, to Levitt, who spikes that one and goes right off the fingertips of Johnson and down for a point. And Husson has a chance to win this game here. Or this first game, I should say.
First set, you mean?
First set.
There you go, yep.
I'm working out the kinks too, so. It's number 12, Alexis Beal will hit that one. A nice dig there by Johnson. As we see McMahon hits it over to Perry. McIntyre hits over to Levitt. Levitt spikes it, goes off a USM defender, and the Eagles win the first set, 25-23.
What a great effort by the Eagles.
That definitely was a entertaining first set here, as Husson will pull out the first one and they'll lead the matches 1-0. We're going to take a quick break here and we'll get ready for the second set right here on Husson U Eagles on YouTube. Welcome back, everyone, to Newman Gymnasium as we'll get ready for the second set here. As it was Husson taking the first set. And Tyler, you have some stats from that first game or that first set.
Yep, for the Eagles, Julia Levitt leads the Eagles in attack with 7 kills, while Cheyenne Young has 4. 2 aces for Olivia McIntyre, as well as 9 assists and 4 digs. Adrian Beatty leads the dig category for the Eagles with 6, while Levitt scored 7 points for Husson.
It was a very entertaining first set, too. I mean, you couldn't really tell who was going to pull away with that one. USM would go up by 3. Husson would go up by 3. And it was just Husson coming away with that first set, going on a little run.
Yeah, and that's one of the things, too. You look differently this year around for the Eagles than last year. It seems like they'd be in sets, but as the set got further on, it's almost as if they got tired and then just worn out. So it's nice to see the Eagles win those close sets for once.
Right.
Let me touch on Southern Maine's stats real quick. One person's really leading the attack, and that's Meg Perry, with 5 kills, but she also has 3 errors. And defensively, it's McMahon and Smith each with 4 digs.
As you come back here, and it was USM scoring the first point there as Olivia McIntyre served that one a little bit too much and goes out of bounds. But Meg Perry serves that one and it hits the net, and Husson will get it right back. As now we'll see number 12, Alexa Beal, the sophomore, getting ready to serve this one. Man, give it over to Bourgeois, and Bourgeois is going to score on the point there.
Yeah, I think it's just, again, this whole match is just going to be back and forth, I think. You're still kind of waiting for that one team to take control, but for us, the viewers at home, it's enjoyable watching this type of volleyball back and forth like this.
Absolutely, as McMahon serves that one, it's just going to go a little bit too much to the left there. And Husson once again gets it back, and it's a 2-2 game here. As we'll see Julia Levitt serve that one, and it goes right to the net. And the Huskies will get the serve back over here. You see number 14, Isabella Smith, serving this one. And that one, Levitt thought it might have gone out of bounds there, and she decided to leave it, but happened to stay in bounds. And USM will score a point on that one. Bella Smith, once again, will serve it over. Levitt to McIntyre to Cheyenne Young with a spike. A nice save there by Perry. Smith's going to serve that one over. And goes right over to number 17, Reese Bourgeois. And she'll just lightly tap it over the net and score a point.
Yeah, that was a smart play by Bourgeois. See the Eagles defense out of line and just tip it right over.
That was definitely a good heads-up IQ play there by Bourgeois. So we see White serve that one, and it will be blocked there. But the ball will go into the USM's territory, and a point goes over to Husson. As we see BD here, going to get ready to serve this one. So just checking on the subs here. For USM, they're going to be right back in action on September 17th in a doubleheader. They'll face Castleton, and then on that same day, they'll also face Suffolk University. On the 20th, they'll be playing against Bates College, and then on the 22nd, they'll play Riviera University.
Yeah, as they begin their conference play with good old former NAC school, Castleton.
Yes, and Castleton was the, like Tyler mentioned, one of the former NAC schools. Yes. Still waiting a little bit on the substitutions here. Yeah, like Tyler, like I mentioned earlier in this game, definitely we're seeing a great turnout here from both the Husson student parents and even some athletes as well.
Yeah, I need to see more of a turnout, but a lot of the Eagles teams today, tennis on the road at Waterville against Thomas College, they actually just won 5-4. You had men's and women's soccer taking on NESCAC schools. So there's roughly almost 100, maybe 75 to 100 student athletes right there that are not here that probably would be here if it wasn't for their games today. So that's one of the things I really like about this Husson community is the athletes support each other no matter how the year is going, no matter what the sport is. Right. When you have the support of the football team, it can get rowdy in a building.
Oh, yeah.
And it gets really fun when they are into it.
Absolutely. That last game, or that last set or whatever, it was starting to get loud, those last few points or whatever. And, you mentioned the support as well. As we down by the corner of my right here, we see a lot of the Husson women's basketball players supporting on the team here. And then also a few Husson men's basketball players along with some Husson football athletes checking out this this game, these sets tonight. I think they are just checking still on the subs
I don't know
or the points.
if they missed a substitution for either team. I'm trying to read lips, but everyone's so far away.
That's one thing kind of we wish we could know is how to read lips and stuff, because it would probably help a lot of broadcasters out. So.
Yeah, my plea to the president of Husson University, can we make reading lips a class at Husson?
My mom is a person that actually reads lips.
Can she teach it?
She probably could if.
I think that'd be a fun class. I think you get a lot of people. I mean, that's a nice skill to have.
If my mom happens to be tuning in tonight, you can feel free to move down to Husson and teach, some classes here on how to read lips. That'd be absolutely amazing. But
all right, we're going to take a minute or so timeout here and see if we can investigate what's happening. So we'll be right back here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. All right, well, we did a good job investigating because we're back underway. So,
right when you said that, basically that's when everyone started to head back, right?
Yeah, I should have just said that a couple minutes ago. My apologies to everyone back at home.
Like we mentioned, it is the first night of the first Husson volleyball home match here. So we're all, like you said, we're all sorting out the kinks here. So.
Yeah, we're sorting out the kinks. We're here. We got a good matchup going, and now we have more of a delay. The referee literally just signaled play on, so I don't know what's happening now.
Well, there also will be some more Husson sports coming this weekend. The football team's going to be in action this weekend at, I believe it's a 12 o'clock start against SUNY Alfred State. Husson, the football team, looking for that first win.
Yeah, and that game will be televised locally on.
Yes, that's right. It will be
on Fox 22, ABC 7.
Definitely.
I don't know. Do you know if it's on channel? Is it on the Fox station or the ABC station?
I don't know. I don't have cable, so.
That's right. You don't live down here anyway. It's on one of those two channels.
That's right. As we see a point going over to USM there, as we are back in action. As now we'll see number 10, Ellie Perry, get ready here. USM leading this one 6-3. It's LeMay. It's over to McIntyre. Over to White. Be blocked there. Cheyenne Young, who's going to hit that one over. We'll see Meg Perry serving that, but it's going to be blocked by Young. Levin makes the dig there as LeMay will hit that one over. Young tries to spike that one over. And it looked like Savannah Hunter tried to set that up there to Meg Perry, but it's just going to be a little bit too much for her to handle at a point going over to Husson.
We talked about the biggest lead in one of these sets so far is basically a 3-point lead, and the Eagles battle back in that first set, so let's see if they can do it again.
Well, both of these teams are, very similar in record, so we definitely expected to see a very good game here, as it looked like it was Meg Perry hitting that one out of bounds there. USM looking to tie this one up, as Husson also is looking to take a 2-0 lead in the matches here. McMahon saves that one as Ellie Perry will hit that one over. Levitt spikes it. A nice block there, but a nice dig there by LeMay. Perry spikes that. Over to Beal. McMahon gonna hit that one, and it's just gonna come a little bit too short to the net. The point will go over to Husson. As LeMay now will get ready to serve this one. Tied up at 6 apiece. LeMay serves it, and McMahon digs that one, but it's going to be too much for Ellie Perry to handle, and Husson retakes the lead.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if she was able to get a hand on it and then it hit off somebody and then went right back down, or what happened there, because it looked like a good effort from her.
Right. It's just one of those things where it's just like a quick reaction play that you might not be exactly ready for it, but then it just happens to come right back at you and just gets a wrong bounce. As USM scored on that play there to tie things back up at 7.
And that's one of those things, too, where communication comes into play.
As McIntyre tries to set that one over. Beal serves it, but a nice block there by Sophia Biggie, the freshman from Castine, Maine. She went to George Stevens Academy. As we see Madison Zimmer serve that one over. Over to Young, a nice dig there from Perry. And it looks like there's going to be a carry call on that play as the point will go over to Husson. As now we'll see Cheyenne Young getting ready here to serve this one. Perry makes the dig there. Young spikes it. McMahon runs it to her own teammate, but keeps it up in the air. McIntyre over to Levitt. Levitt with a spike. And once again, a dig there by Perry. Beatty to McIntyre, over to Young with a spike. It's just going to go a little bit too much to the left there. Point goes over to USM. 9-8 now. We see Savannah Hunter spiking this one over. Levitt will hit that one over to the other side. A nice dig there from Young. Levitt with a spike as it was blocked there by Smith. But it'll still go on their own territory, and a point goes to Husson.
Yeah, nice pancake there by Young, and then a nice spike by Levitt. Just a good overall point there from the Eagles.
Absolutely. As McIntyre will get ready for this play here. McIntyre serve this one, and that's just going to be right to the net there, as the Huskies will regain the point in the serve. As we'll see a substitution here as number 17, Reese Bourgeois, comes in for number 10, Ellie Perry. Perry. McIntyre saves it from going out of bounds. Beal with a nice spike that goes right in the back row there. And now it's 10 apiece now. Alexa Beal will get ready to serve this one here for the Eagles. McMahon over to Hunter. See Levitt spike that one, and once again it was tipped there by Smith. That happens to fall in, and another point goes to Husson.
Yeah, I think even if that ball didn't fall in, it was going to be the Eagles' point anyway, because there was no Husky there to be on the other end of the tip.
Julia Levitt came in as one of the top scorers here for Husson, so far having a strong game, as it was Smith there spiking that one. It goes off the fingertips of Levitt. And another point goes back over to USM. Once again, so far it's been a very entertaining second set here. In case you missed it, Husson won the first set 25-23. Has a nice spike there from Sarah White. But she happens to be hurt there, so we're going to take a quick break here as the trainer comes over to her. We'll be right back here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. As we're back here at Newman Gymnasium, as number 7, Sarah White, was helped off the court there. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, and it's just a little minor injury. But now we'll head back into action here as Husson leading this one 12-11 in this second set. I'm Isaac Potter alongside Tyler Huey. As Smith there tried to block that one, but it just got net stuff there. And the point will go over to Husson.
Yeah, freshman Delaney Gross takes over there for the Eagles.
Levitt serve this one. Sets it over to Meg Perry. Tip there by Cam Schwitzer. As McIntyre tried to dive to save that, but wasn't able to get there in time. 13-12 now. Husson still leading. Number 14, Isabella Smith, will serve this one. McIntyre over to Young. Hunter tries to set up Zimmer, who looked like she wasn't able to get a tip on it.
Yeah, it was ruled 4 hits there, so possession and the point goes the Eagles' way.
Yeah, it just looked like there she just kind of misread the ball there, and a point just went to Husson. Husson once again goes back up by 2. Beatty will serve that one, but goes right to the net. As the Huskies will now once again get the ball back to serve. We will see number 10, Ellie Perry now. Getting ready to serve this one. Young to McIntyre. Young with the spike there. As Isabella Smith goes to serve that one. McIntyre over to Levitz. Hunter sets up Perry. LeMay to Levitz. And that's going to be a little bit too much as that one goes out of bounds. And once again, we're tied back up at 14 apiece. Ellie Perry will once again get ready to serve this one. McIntyre over to Young. And looks like she might have done a double hit there.
Yeah, double hit or carry nevertheless gives the point to the Huskies.
As now the Huskies regain the lead now.
That's 3 straight points for them if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's really honestly just been like that the whole game though, or these 2 sets. It's just both teams have been going on these runs here. And I think, like we mentioned, the largest lead both teams has had in both sets has been 3. As Levitt hits that one out of bounds, and looks like she might have ran right into the scores table there, trying to save that one. But she happens to get back up and walks it out.
Yeah, she is screaming my butt, so that could not have been comfortable at all. But she's laughing it off, so hopefully she's all good.
Yeah, I'm sure, because when you have your eyes off of trying to like serve it or whatever, and when you run into that, you don't really see where you're going.
You're not thinking, oh, there's a scores table right there. You're not.
Right. As a nice pancake there by LeMay. That's Hunter. Over to Gross. Over to Perry. Perry with a spike, and it's a block there by Cheyenne Young. What a sequence there from the Eagles.
And those are the type of points that the Eagles have been winning all night. There'll be a rally between the teams, and then the Eagles will toughen it out and get the point.
And that all started with Amber LeMay with a nice little pancake play there. Was able to save it right, basically inches away from the ground there. And they were able to score that point. And Perry responds right back with a nice heads-up play and hits it over the 2 blockers. 17-15 now. USM leading this one. Beatty to McIntyre. Over to LeMay. As that one's going to be blocked there by Beal. But the ball will happen to fall in Husson's territory. And USM with their largest lead up by 3. And the Eagles will take a timeout. And we'll do the same thing. So we'll be right back here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. As we're back here from Newman Gymnasium out of the timeout, as it's USM leading this one 18-15. Looking to try to pick up the second victory of this, or looking to pick up their first victory of this set. Young spikes that one. And Perry tries to do like a little heads-up play, but just comes up a little short from the nets. And the point will go over to Husson. Cheyenne Young will get ready to serve this one here, looking to try to bring her team back into this one. Perry will hit that one. So set up for Levitt, and a nice spike there. And a point going back to Husson.
Yeah, it was a good timeout there by Alex Gordon, though, as the Eagles are now within one.
Absolutely, definitely was something that I think they kind of needed to slow down that momentum, and it looks like they're doing so right now. Hunter sets up Meg Perry, and a block there by Alexa Beal. And Husson has tied this thing back up at 18.
And now that's getting the fans involved into it. And I really think that these fans, if they can get rowdy, can give the Eagles an advantage here.
This gym can get very loud too, so. Perry, spike that one. As Beatty tries to save that one, but just goes a little bit too much.
Yeah, there was a miscommunication there between LeMay and Levitt. Levitt got the hit, LeMay made the dive, but then no one was there.
Right.
For the second hit.
And at that point, we'll go to USM. They're leading this one 19-18. Cheyenne Young will spike that one, but a dig there from Perry. Beatty tries to save it and bounds. And another point goes over to the Huskies. As now they're up 2. See number 21, Savannah Hunter, the freshman from Saco, Maine. She attended school at Thornton Academy. Young tried to spike that one, but just goes a little bit too much. Another point goes to Huskies. Hunter serves this one to LeMay. Nice save there by McIntyre. Beatty over the head there, saves it in. Perry with a spike. It just goes out of bounds. A point going to Husson.
Yeah, there was a little bit of debate there of whether they got the line or not.
Yeah, definitely was a close call for sure, but just happens to miss the line on the far left side. So we'll see McIntyre get ready for this one. McMahon, as that takes a little bit of a bad bounce there. And a point once again goes back over to Husson. 21-20 now. USM. Huskies looking to pick up their first set victory of the night. Husson looking to go up 2-0. McIntyre over to LeMay, to Young, who spikes it. A block there by Sophia Biggie that happens to fall in. And now once again, 21-21. Definitely has been 2 entertaining games here so far. McIntyre just barely grims the net there.
An amazing serve there to skip by the net, and that will force the Huskies to call a timeout.
Yeah, and going back on that last serve too, that just barely grazed the net there and just happened to fall in. So Husson takes a 22-21 lead. We'll take a quick break here, and we'll be right back in a minute on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. As we're back here in action here as Tyler Lilly turned on the mic right when I stopped singing there, so it's a great song though. It's a great song. So. As Olivia McIntyre will serve this one with Husson leading this one 22-21. And a bad bounce off the wrist there gives another point over to Husson.
Yeah, the Eagles are hoping within 2 points here they can shut up and start dancing. We had to tell the viewers somehow what the song was.
That was the song. As McIntyre hits that one out of bounds there. It was, I believe, John Ray who was up here producing this game for us who made that playlist too, so we've been jamming out all night. So, as we'll see, number 9, Meg Perry, getting ready for this one. Husson up by 1, 23-22. McMahon, as it's Beal who tries to spike that one. It just hits the net. Once again, we're tied back up at 23 apiece.
Yeah, and then instinctively just hits the ball again.
A big point here coming up for either squad. As we see women's basketball guard Vanessa Duart out there on the court, cleaning up some of the sweat. We'll see number 9, Meg Perry serving this one, and the ball goes out of bounds. Point going over to Husson, and Husson has a chance to win this second set. Will be number 12, Alexa Beal, getting ready for this serve here. Beal hits that one over to McMahon. McMahon saves it. McIntyre over to Levitt, who spikes it, and she scores the point.
What a great spike to win the set for the Eagles and take a 2-0 lead over the Huskies.
Yes.
Sorry, I just stole your fun there.
No, you're good, but definitely was a strong hit there from Levitt. And once again, Husson takes the second victory of this set. And we're going to take a quick break as we get ready for this third set. Husson coming away with another victory. We'll be right back on Husson Eagles Sports Network. Welcome back, everyone, to Newman Gymnasium as we are getting ready for the third set here as Husson coming away with the first 2 set victories. And Tyler, you want to go over some stats of that second set?
Hold on here. I need them to refresh here. There we go. All right. Julia Levitt leads the attack for the Eagles with 11 kills as she scored 11 points for the Eagles so far in this contest. Cheyenne Young has 6 kills for the Eagles. Meanwhile, in the assist category, Olivia McIntyre continues to lead the Eagles as she has 17 of the 19 assists for the Eagles. Beatty with 9 digs, McIntyre with 8, and then Levitt with 6. And then real quick here for the Huskies, Perry with, we have 2 Perrys here. Meg Perry, excuse me, with 9 kills and 7 errors. While Hunter leads the assist category for the Huskies with 15 assists. And then Ellie Perry has 9 digs for the Huskies.
It definitely was a very entertaining set once again.
And and if you look at the team categories, I didn't mean to cut you off here, but just to add to your point, pretty much very even. The hitting percentage for the Eagles is 194 to 103 for the Huskies. 7 aces for the Eagles to 4. The Huskies, though, are doing a good job on the blocks as they have 6 total blocks to the Eagles 2. That's really the only category that really stands out here. Total attacks, 72 to 68 Husson. Errors, 13 to 10 Huskies. I mean, just really overall, very close contest here, and I wouldn't expect anything but the same here in this third set.
Yeah, and really it's been Husson been coming away with the momentum at the end of the games. As a point there goes to Alexa Beal as Husson scores first of this third set. Like I was saying, both of these teams have, been going on runs of their own, and it's just been Husson coming out with the runs of their own at the very end. And so far, they've pulled away with 2 set victories, and with 1 more win, they'll be able to come away with a win. Levitt with a spike there. A nice, it's going to be blocked there by Smith, but it will still happen to fall into Husson points.
Yeah, and that's one thing I talked about in that last set. The Eagles usually would be in sets, very competitive, but their problem was they couldn't finish the sets. And that's something you're seeing today where as it gets later in the set, the Eagles take over.
Right. Levitt with another strong spike there. As McMahon got the dig of it, but just happened to almost hit the ceiling there. And Husson off to a very strong 3-0 start. Yeah, if you're Coach Gordon, you really have to love the way your team has been playing so far in these first 2 sets. And it looks like it'll be a double hit there from Savannah Hunter. And another point going back to Husson.
I don't think they ruled it a double hit only because the first hit was a block. I think they ruled it a carry there.
That is true. That is true. As Young will serve that one, and it will just go a little bit too much to the left there, and USM is now on the board.
Yeah, but that was, I believe, the first time someone had a 4-point lead in a set.
Yes, that is, I believe you are right, because the highest both teams' leads have been 3. So Husson now with the largest lead of the game with 4.
Now, that didn't last long, as now the Huskies have gotten 2 points back, but it was good run roll. The 4-point lead lasted for a whopping 2 seconds.
As Bourgeois will score on that play there for the Huskies, and the ball actually will go out of bounds there, and the point will go over to Husson. 5-2 now as we see Beatty going out, and number 13, Cam Schwitzer, checking into the game here for the Eagles. Olivia McIntyre will get ready to serve this one. It's over to McMahon, over to Bourgeois. LeMay to Levitt. Over to Hunter. And a nice spike there by Isabella Smith. It looked like it was blocked, but happened to go right into the net there. As McMahon will serve this one here. To McIntyre to Beal with a spike. And it'll be, I believe that might have gone a double block there on Zimmer and Bourgeois. And just like that, it's 5-4 Husson. McMahon. McIntyre over to Beal. And McMahon saves that one. I'm not really sure what they called on that play, but the play
it hit the floor.
It did hit the floor.
It went off her dig and just no one was there. It was just a powerful shot, and her dig really wasn't able to get up in the air for anyone to hit it back.
Right.
McMahon's taken some very powerful spikes today.
Definitely, as USM scores on that one. We're kind of at a little bit of we're at like a ceiling view angle there, so it was kind of hard to tell if she did happen to dig that one or if it happened to go on the ground there.
Yeah, so basically where the camera is, where a foot next to it.
I would say that.
To the left, so.
It's a nice save there by Smith. As Gross will put that one over. Over to Bourgeois. Cheyenne Young will save it. Over to Levitt. As Perry will spike that one. Blocked there by Schwitzer. Another block there from the Eagles. McIntyre saves it. Smith saves it. LeMay to McIntyre to Levitt. Tries to spike that one. There's a serve over there by Smith. McIntyre will set up Schwitzer. But still will be saved there by the Huskies. A good rally here by both teams. A block there. Nice save once again by Bourgeois. Hunter will send that one over. Levitt saves it once again. And no whistle there as the play continues. Cheyenne Young. And after that long rally there, it was Reese Bourgeois scoring the point.
Are they gonna? They're gonna replay the point.
Oh wow!
I don't know for what, but
yeah, I'm not really sure because it looked like it was Bourgeois scoring that point.
Yeah, because the head coach for the Eagles, Alex Gordon, came to the official at the far side and said something, and I think that official agreed. And now they're USM, well, now they're kind of having a captain's meeting to kind of discuss what happened. And now they're going to...
So it looks like there she does.
Meg Perry heads over to her head coach to kind of figure out what's happening here. Because this is one of those things, too. This is a 6-5 game. It would have been 6-6. So this game, this point is very important here.
Absolutely. And kind of with how the first two sets have been, Husson has won both sets by 2 points. So it could possibly be a factor if this happens to be once again a close end. And I'm not sure what they're still waiting for here, but it looks like
I messaged down to the scoreboard table to see if we can figure out what happened.
But it'll be number 14, Isabella Smith will serve it once again here. And that looks like the referee is talking over to Coach Diane Newell. Newell, who's in her 9th season as the head coaching realm at USM for the volleyball team.
Yeah, she looks as confused as we are.
As Smith over to McIntyre to Gross. A nice block there. And we had a long rally the last one, but this one turned out to be very short.
I guess it's one of those things. Does it work in volleyball too, where the ball don't lie? In USM's favor there?
I guess so. As that ties things back up at 6 apiece. Cheyenne Young serves it over. McIntyre to Levitt. As Smith will backhand that play. And once again, USM taking the lead. After falling behind from the start, 4-0, they have called their way back into this one.
All right, so just to finish off that point from earlier, what happened is the whistle was blown accidentally in the middle of the play.
Okay, yeah.
But, because I thought I heard a whistle, but I didn't see anyone. As we get a timeout now by Husson, so this allows me to explain this point. So what happened is the whistle was blown about halfway in the point, and I don't think USM's sidelines heard it. I think the official knew he did it, and then Husson's coach heard it, and so Husson lost the point. I wonder what would have happened, though, if Husson won the point. Would the USM coach be like, hey, there was a whistle? Because I don't think she heard it. But
well,
I don't know.
I heard, like you mentioned, I did hear.
It was like faintly, though. It wasn't as loud as normal, though.
But they kept playing, and I didn't see them stop play, so I thought it might have just been like a keep playing kind of thing, which obviously they did, but I don't know, definitely a weird play.
That would explain when Alex Gordon came over the official and was like, hey, wasn't there a whistle? I'm assuming that's what he would have said, and the guy was like, yep, and immediately, there was no discussion of the officials, nothing, just immediately went redo the point, so.
Right.
I think the only thing that is kind of confusing is how come then they just, okay, let's stop the point. Why let them finish that out?
Right.
You know you're going to get that debate from one team. Well, we finished a point.
Right.
But nevertheless, it's 8-6 USM here in the third set.
Yeah, and I mean, and USM did happen to score on that next rally there. So
yeah, like I said, they're going to argue ball don't lie, and on we go.
As we see there, USM scoring that play there, as that was Reese Bourgeois scoring the point. 9-6 now, as USM on a little run here after falling 4-0 at the start of this game, of this set. As a spike there from Schwitzer, but a nice dig there by Mahan. Ross is going to hit that one. It's going to be a little bit too much. As the point goes once again back over the Huskies. As Isabella Smith will once again step back up. She is a sophomore from Merrimack, New Hampshire. Levitt spikes that one and goes off the fingertips of Zimmer, and it scores as a point here for the Eagles.
Now, one thing I want to point out here that's really good for the Eagles, Alexa Beal is standing. She doesn't look like she's in pain or anything. I doubt she'll re-enter the game just as a precautionary, but it's nice to see her standing with the team, almost look quote-unquote normal with no pain.
Nice play there by LeMay. Over to Schwitzer. LeMay will have it over to Young. To Hunter. And it looks like someone might have crossed the line there, and a point goes over to USM. As now we see number 10, Ellie Perry, getting ready to serve this one, but just happens to hit the net there. As that kind of stops the bleeding there for Husson.
And restricts the Huskies from having a 4-point lead.
As we now see Adrian Beatty getting ready to serve this one. Her and LeMay are both grad students, the only ones on the team. Has a nice spike there from the Huskies as a point goes over to them.
And now the Huskies have their first 4-point lead in a set.
The Huskies looking to try to stay alive here, as if they happen to lose this game, then they will be all done. And Husson would come away with a 3-0 sweep. But the Huskies looking to try to stay alive and fight their way back. A nice spike there from Biggie. This will be digged there by Beatty. And Cheyenne Young with a nice spike there scores the point. We now see Amber LeMay now getting ready. Serve this one. LeMay puts it over towards Smith. Over to Perry. McIntyre gives it over to Beal. Beal. Perry with Young blocks that one. And Husson scores the point. It's now 12-10 USM. As now Amber LeMay will get ready for this one here. Like I mentioned, she's a grad student from Belmont, New Hampshire, as that one just goes a little bit too much and that'll go out of bounds. As we see number 21, Savannah Hunter, getting ready to spike this one. As we see Isabella Smith serve it. Beatty with the backhand there. Smith with a nice spike. And it looks like it was tipped there by Julia Levitt. And now USN up 14-10.
It was one of those plays where Levitt was lucky to get absolutely anything on that, because it did look like it was going in.
It's McIntyre over to Beal. And another point goes over to Husson there. And they'll score. As we see Cheyenne Young getting ready. Young will serve this one, and that's going to hit the net there. As a point will go over to USM. As we're now going to see number 9, Meg Perry, getting ready to serve this one. Beatty with the dig there. Levitt will hit that one. See Bourgeois. As Levitt with a nice spike there. She gives the point back over to Husson. 15-12 now, the Huskies leading this one. As we'll see Alyssa McIntyre getting ready to serve this play here. Perry. Bourgeois hits that one over. Levitt with a strong spike there. And Husson scores a point.
She has been very powerful all night from the outside.
Definitely was a very strong spike there from Levitt. As the deficit is now 2, with USM leading 15-13 here. Perry with a strong spike herself goes off the ceiling.
And that caught the whole Eagles team off guard because it hit the ceiling and then came back towards the field of play instead of the bench where they thought it was.
Right. Yeah, I think they were trying to get out of the way just in case if Cheyenne Young was going to go over there and try to save it, but a play wasn't there.
Yeah,
so.
because you saw the whole team rush over there and the bench moved, but then the ball came back behind everyone. They're all like, where'd that come from?
Right. As Bourgeois will hit a spike there, or block a spike, but the point will happen to go over to USM. As McMahon will serve this one. McIntyre to Levitt. And it was Savannah Hunter trying to save that play there, but it will go out of bounds. Point going over to Husson. Now we'll see number 12, Alexa Beal, the sophomore from Westerly, Rhode Island. That one happens to hit the net there. USM taking an 18-14 lead. So now we'll see Isabella Smith serving this one. Hits it towards Levitt. Cheyenne Young will spike that one. And the ball will go off of Bourgeois as that takes a little bit of a bad bounce off the wrist. It will go out of bounds. 18-15 now, USM. Looking to stay alive. Levitt with a strong serve there. Goes off McMahon. And the Eagles cut the lead to 2. Levitt will get ready now for the second one. Another strong serve, but just happens to hit the net there. Point goes over to the Huskies. We'll now see number 10, Ellie Perry. Freshman from Gorham, Maine. Now, I'm not sure if they happen to be related or not, but Meg Perry and Ellie Perry are both from the same area and went to Gorham, so I'm not sure if they happen to maybe be sisters or maybe cousins, but definitely probably some relation there. As the Eagles score on that play there. As it's now 19-17 USM. Get ready here. Beatty will serve that one. And trick play there from Hunter. Gross will serve that one over the net. Got a dig there from Levitt to Young. Young spikes that one. A nice save there from Ellie Perry. As McIntyre tries to save that one, but couldn't get it over the net. And USM now leading 20-17.
I can confirm with a little research that the Perrys are sisters.
Well, that is
and
good
there's
to
a
know.
third, Sarah Perry.
Oh. Well, there. As USM, actually that point's going to go to Husson here. As Amber LeMay now will get ready for this one. LeMay serves it. Over to Hunter. Perry with a strong spike there. As Beatty tried to save it, but a point will go over to the Huskies. So we see Savannah Hunter serving that one. To LeMay. McMahon. Smith with a spike, but nicely saved there by Levitt. Levitt with a spike of her own. McMahon with a nice dig. LeMay to McIntyre, over to Beal with a spike, and the ball will go out of bounds. Another point going to USM. A good heads-up play there by number 10, Ellie Perry, as the Coach Gordon's going to get a timeout here. We will too, and we'll be right back here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. As we're back here at Newman Gymnasium, as USM leading this one 22-18, looking to pick up their first victory of the set here and try to stay alive. As that would take a bounce off the wrist from Julia Levette. And now the Huskies leading this one by 5. Eagles did win the first 2 sets here. McIntyre over to Beal. Beal with a spike. Nice save there. Young. Oh, what a dig there from Perry. Levitt to McIntyre to Cheyenne Young, who spikes that one. Goes off the hands of McMahon. And Husson scores the point.
That little side play as McIntyre will set it behind her head, and Young comes from behind her to smack that ball home.
As Young will serve this one, and that just goes right off the net there. And USM is 1 point away from coming away with their first victory tonight. As it will be number 9, Meg Perry, looking to close the job here. And that's going to go off the hands of LeMay. And USM comes away with a victory in the 3rd set to stay alive. So they win this one 25-19. Husson still leading the sets 2-1, but we're going to be going to a 4th game. And we'll be right back here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Welcome back to Newman Gymnasium as we are getting ready for the fourth set here. As it was USM coming away with a 25-19 victory in the third set to stay alive here. Husson won the first two sets and USM won the third set. USM looking to try to force a fifth set here as Husson looking to try to finish things off.
It'll be interesting to see how the Eagles can battle a little bit of adversity here to try to win their home opener.
As that was number 5, Sophia Biggie, scoring the first point of this set here. She's a freshman from Castine, Maine. You'll see number 9, Meg Perry, getting ready here. As that'll go a little bit too much out of bounds there, and the Eagles will score a point. It's going to be number 5, Cheyenne Young, now serving this one for the Eagles here. McMahon to Hunter. Over to Smith. And that ball happens to hit the net there, and Husson will score the point. Cheyenne Young now getting ready for this one. She'll serve that. It's McMahon. Over to Hunter. To Smith. Blocked there by Beal. As LeMay will dig that one. Another nice dig there from McMahon. As Bourgeois tried to serve that. Young with the serve there, but it was a nice block by Sophia Biggie. 2-2 now as USM retakes the serve here.
As Bourgeois was there too to get that double block.
As Cheyenne Young, that one comes off the wrist there, and McIntyre wasn't able to get that one.
That's the one thing that the Huskies are really dominated in this match is blocks. 10-3 now.
McIntyre over to Beal. Beal with the serve. Just too far out of bounds there. It's now McMahon will once again serve it here for the Huskies. McMahon over to LeMay. McIntyre to Levitt. And a nice save there from Madison Zimmer. Levitt to McIntyre. Over to Zimmer once again. And Beal wasn't able to get that one over the net. And another point going back over to the Huskies. 5-2 now, the Huskies with a strong start. LeMay to McIntyre to Young. And she will set up Smith. So LeMay makes a nice dig there. Beal recovers that block. Levitt with the spike. That one happens to go off the fingertips of McMahon, and the Eagles score the point. As now it'll be Olivia McIntyre getting ready to serve this one here. McIntyre serves it over. That one's going to be Boytress, just hitting that one a little bit too much mustard. As another point goes back over to Husson. As now it's the Eagles getting ready to serve this one once again. Bourgeois, excuse me. Spiked that one and goes off Cheyenne Young and out of bounds. 6-4 USM now. Isabella Smith serves this one. Young. Over to Beal. The ball will go out of bounds. And another point go over to USM. Huskies off to a very strong start so far in this game. looking to stay alive here. Beal hits that one, and a nice heads-up play there to not spike it. And she gets it over Bourgeois. So now it'll be Alexa Beal getting ready to serve this one. And that one's going to go out of bounds there. Going a point back over to the Huskies. Number 10, Ellie Perry now. Getting ready to serve this one. As that one's going to hit the net. And the Eagles will get a point there. Eagles looking to try to get some momentum on their side here. Try to fight their way back in this one. Levitt will serve that one, and once again that goes a little bit too far in the back there, as the ball will once again go back over to the Huskies. Madison Zimmer will serve it over. As the ball will once again go out of bounds, go a point back over to Husson. As Adrian Beatty will check into the game for Cam Schwitzer. And Beatty will serve this next play here. So we see Hunter setting up Perry, and it's going to be blocked off the hands of Cheyenne Young as a point goes back over to the Huskies. Savannah Hunter, the freshman from Saco, Maine, serving that one over the net. As Young and LeMay both hit that one as it almost hits the speaker on the ceiling there.
There was just no communication on that one. LeMay was at every single ball, and the person that was next to LeMay wouldn't communicate, hey, I'm hitting it.
Right, definitely a little bit of a lack of communication there as USM will score a point, and Alex Gordon will look to get another timeout here, and we will as well. Husson trailing this one 12-7. We'll be right back on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. As we're back here now, as Savannah Hunter will serve this one. USM with a 12-7 lead coming out of the timeout by Husson. Perry to LeMay, over to Young. As Perry will save that one. And nice dig there from LeMay, who wasn't happening to get there in time. It's now 13-7.
Yeah, this is when the Eagles really need to take advantage of that timeout where they got to reset and use that to shift the momentum.
Cheyenne Young will serve that one. Over to Perry, and it goes off of Beatty and goes out of bounds. It's now 14-7 USM. So far, it's been the Huskies with all the momentum so far here in this fourth set. And a great heads-up play there by McIntyre. Looked like there she was going to try to set up Julia Levitt, but did a little trick play and happened to score the point there. Amber LeMay now will take the serve here, looking to try to bring the Eagles back into this set. Perry will spike that one. And there's no tip. The ball will go back over the Eagles with a point.
Yeah, and there's still time for the Eagles in this match, in this set. 14-9, only a 5-point lead. Leads really haven't been much of precious in this match.
Right, and it all could just be like a matter of runs by either team too to really either pull away from the game or really draw this one closer. As USM was able to score on that play. As they're now leading 15-9. So we'll see number 9, Meg Perry, spiking this one as it goes off of Beatty and out of bounds. As the Huskies will serve this one once again. Beatty, nice dig there from McIntyre, but the ball will go out of bounds as another point goes over to USM. Number 9, Meg Perry will serve this one, and it will hit the net there, and the Eagles will regain the serve here. Cheyenne Young will get ready to serve this one here for the Eagles. She spikes that one. McMahon will dig it over to Bourgeois. Beal saves it off the block. Perry will spike this one. McIntyre. It's Young, and that will go out of bounds. As the point goes back over to the Huskies. As McMahon will get ready here to serve this one. McMahon hits it over to LeMay, to McIntyre, over to Beal. McMahon over, spikes it from Smith. McIntyre will keep it alive there. Perry will hit that one out of bounds, and point goes over to Husson here. 18-11 now, with the Huskies leading this one. Looking to force a fifth and final set here.
Just looking for, at this point, for one little spark from the Eagles.
McIntyre will hit that one. Nice save there by Cheyenne Young, but Schwitzer wasn't able to hit that one over the net, and a point goes back over to the Huskies. Smith will serve it. Over to Schwitzer. As it looked like it was Zimmer trying to spike that one home, but happened to hit the net on that. 19-12 now. The Eagles looking to claw their way back. Beal with the spot serve. Over to Hunter. McMahon keeps it alive. Schwitzer tries to hit that one. That one goes out of bounds and over to the Huskies. (20-12) now. As now it's going to be number 10, Ellie Perry, getting ready here to serve this one. That one's going to go a little bit too far and go out of bounds. Point goes back over to Husson. It's Julia Levitt. We'll get ready to serve this one. Sophomore from Alton, New Hampshire. Hunter to Meg Perry with a strong spike. Nice save there by Levitt. McIntyre pushes the ball over. And Madison Zimmer tried to spike that one, but just will go out of bounds.
Back-to-back points there for the Eagles as you're starting to see life again.
It definitely was a nice play there by Levitt to keep that play alive for the Eagles. They were able to score that point. Perry with a spike, and it goes out of bounds, but it was tipped off. I believe it was Beal. And USM quickly stopping the bleeding there. Now number 6, Madison Zimmer will spike this one. To Young. Young tries to tip it over, and a miscommunication play there by Gross and McIntyre. The ball happens to bounce on Husson's territory.
I think at this point for the Eagles, it's all about just trying to carry any momentum you can into that 5th set.
It's another miscommunication play there as ball goes out. Once again, scores on Husson's territory, and USM now up 23-14. Young will score a much-needed point there for the Eagles. Still have a big hill to climb, but looking to try to get any momentum going their way. Adrian Beatty getting ready to serve here. Beatty serves that one to Smith. As Smith will send the serve over. Cheyenne Young looking to make a nice play there. Nice dig there from McMahon. Meg Perry with the spike. Saved there by LeMay. Over to Gross. As we see another play there by Perry. With a dig from Gross. And a nice rally here from both sides. Beatty to McIntyre to Levitt with a spike. Once again saved by McMahon. Perry with another spike of her own. Levitt with a spike. McMahon saves it. And it was Ellie Perry trying to hit that one over, but it hits the net, and a point goes to Husson.
Yeah, it was just 3 straight hits there for the Huskies that really weren't able to get like any height on it to be able to have a chance to get it over.
Definitely a much-needed point for the Eagles to stay alive here. Gross to McIntyre. To Young. As it's Perry. Over to McMahon. LeMay with a nice dig.
The Eagles wanted that carry call there.
Perry blocked by Young. Perry will once again hit that one. LeMay to Levitt with a spike of her own. And she scores the point.
And she catches the line. This is the momentum that the Eagles needed to get. Even if they don't win this set, at least have something going into the 5th set.
Like you said, you know, definitely still a little bit of a hill to climb, but definitely still manageable depending on how the momentum is. And a dig there from Levitt, but it happens to hit the ground. And USM is 1 point away from enforcing a 5th set.
I was very confused there what Julia Levitt was doing. I thought she was like waving to the fans, hey, that was a good effort, but then I realized she was screaming for the mop.
Yep, as that was...
As Vanessa runs over there to get the job done.
As now USM is 1 point away from winning this 4th set and forcing a 5th set. Cheyenne Young will hit that one. McMahon to Smith. A block there from Young. And a much-needed point there for the Eagles. as LeMay will get ready to serve here for the Eagles. Looking to keep her team alive. LeMay with a strong serve to Hunter. Over to Biggie. Levitt with a spike of her own, and it goes off the fingertips of Hunter. And Husson cuts the deficit to 5. 24-19, USM looking to pick up the 4th set. LeMay with a serve. McMahon over to Biggie, blocked by Young. And a point going over to the Eagles as Beal hits that one, and it goes off the fingertips of Hunter.
Yeah, the Huskies are smart there, kind of take like a little team timeout there. Regroup, and they know they only need 1 point to send this to a tiebreaker.
LeMay will serve that one, and a nice dig from McMahon. That's Perry. Over to Hunter. To Smith, blocked by Young. Hunter saves it. McMahon looks to hit it over, and it hits the net. The deficit now cut to 3.
This has been a great Eagles run here as Huskies call timeout, but a great Eagles run here. Really been controlled at the net. You've seen them being a lot more of a blocking type team in this last, 9 scored points for the Eagles?
Right. And so we're going to take a quick break here. Don't go anywhere. 24-21, USM leading this 4th set. Welcome back, everyone, to Newman Gymnasium. It's USM leading this one 24-21. Looking to try to force a 5th and final set. Well, Husson with some momentum here. Looking to try to have different plans.
Yeah, the momentum, and now the fans are right behind them cheering, let's go Husson.
As the point goes over to USM.
And that was a good use, though, of the timeout. Reset the team. And I feel like volleyball in particular, when you get a timeout off, it really does change momentum in a set.
Absolutely.
So a good use there by the coach, and we're going to head to a 5th set tiebreaker.
Yes, should be a very entertaining 5th and final set. Don't go anywhere, as we'll be right back in a few minutes on the Husson Eagles Sports Network.
Hey, Potter, you ready for a 5th set, maybe?
I guess so.
You didn't see that call me maybe reference coming, did you?
Well, I didn't really expect you to start off with your boys coming back. So
yeah, I stole your job, didn't I? I couldn't help it.
It's okay, because it is, like we've been mentioning all night long, the Kinks. So.
Oh, no, that's not a kinks in the system. That's just me being me.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Anyway, welcome back, everyone, to Newman Gymnasium for the 5th and final set. This one will go to 15, as it was USM coming away with a victory in that last set. Husson won the first 2 sets, but USM has fought their way back to 4th and 5th and final set.
Yeah, but you saw the Eagles get a little bit of a run there going in that 4th set to kind of, it made a respectable 25-21 loss. And I'd like to see the Eagles here use that momentum from the end of the 4th set and see if they can carry away with a victory over USM.
Right, definitely should be an entertaining 5th and final set here, as it'll be USM starting off with the serve here. It's win by 2. Like I mentioned, it goes to 15 in the 5th and final set. Beal with the spike there, and the points will go over to Husson as they started off scoring the first point of this set. As it'll be number 5, Cheyenne Young, getting ready to serve this one for the Eagles. Young with the spike. Over to Hunter. To Perry. Blocked by Levitt. It happens to hit the net. And USM is now on the board. 1-1 now. Perry hits it to LeMay. To McIntyre. To McMahon. LeMay. Back it over to McIntyre. To Beal. Tries to spike that one. It goes a little bit too much to the right. The ball goes out of bounds.
I don't think the Eagles are happy with that one, as Gordon wanted a over the net foul. As on a block, you're not allowed to go over the net with your fingers, and it looked like the Huskies did on that one, but nevertheless, we're tied up at 2.
Right, as the Eagles happen to score on that one, as that one goes out of bounds. 2-2, as Olivia McIntyre now getting ready to serve this one. And it looks like there a point's going to go right to Husson, and they'll regain a 3-2 lead. As McIntyre will get ready here to serve this one. She hits it towards Bourgeois. Ball is still saved up, but will not be close over to the net, and Husson scoring a big point there.
A good effort, though, by the Huskies to be able to keep that ball alive that whole time, though. It might not have gotten over the net, but it never went down.
As McIntyre now serves that one over to Bourgeois. And Cheyenne Young tried to save it, but the ball will go out of bounds. 4-3, Husson now. As McMahon will get ready to serve. McMahon will hit it towards LeMay. Over to McIntyre, to Levitt with a spike. And a strong point there from the Eagles.
As it catches the line. What a spike.
Yeah, beautiful placement there. Happened to hit the line instead of it going out of bounds. And it's now 5-3. So Alexa Beal will serve this one. Over to Hunter. McIntyre will save it. Beal will hit this one over. Hunter over to Smith. And a nice save there. Levitt tries to serve it, and wow! What a little play there as it rolls across the net and happens to fall in to the Huskies' territory. The Eagles take a 6-3 lead, and we'll get a timeout from the Huskies. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Welcome back, everyone, to Newman Gymnasium as Husson leading 6-3 here in the fifth and final set. So Alexa Beal will get ready to serve this one. If you are just joining us now, Husson won the first two sets. USM came back to force a fifth and final set. And a point there goes to Julia Levitt. And Husson goes up 4 now. This fifth and final set will go 2-15. Winner has to win by 2.
And that's a big point for the Eagles to be able to ruin the Huskies' attempt to kill the Eagles' momentum.
Perry hits that one. A block there from Schwitzer. As we see one from Bourgeois. And it looked like there was a whistle there. And I'm not really sure what they called that. Might have been, I think, an extra hit, I think, might have been involved there.
Yeah, I think they're saying the Eagles didn't get it over in 3.
I think so. And
I don't know.
either way, a point will go over to the Huskies. Smith will hit that one out of bounds. And it's now 8-4 now, the Eagles. Levitt will get ready here to serve this one. It's over McMahon, who almost hits the ceiling there. Young, blocked there by Hunter, but it will go out of bounds. And another point going to the Eagles.
Yeah, that dig by McMahon almost hit the ceiling and also didn't allow the Huskies to set up on offense because they gave it right back to the Eagles, and their attack was able to win the point, as now they're 6 away from victory.
Levitt will hit this one over to Smith. McMahon tries to save it, but will not do so. It's now 10-4.
As we're going to get a Huskies timeout here. But that dig right there, she went for it with her arms, but it basically went off her chest. So it really didn't have anywhere to go up. So when it went up, the team had to get to the ball and just wasn't able to in time.
Right, and as we have another timeout, the Huskies are looking to try to stop the momentum. And we will be right back on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Welcome back, everyone, as out of the timeout, it will be the Eagles getting ready to serve here as Julia Levitt will look to try to add another point for the Eagles as they are leading this one 10-4, make it 11-4, as that one barely grims the net there and falls right in.
Yeah, big ace for the Eagles as they're starting to feel it now. The crowd underneath this press goes up and the Huskies are calling for a mop.
Try to clean up the wet spot there.
Also, kind of a good way to try to take a reset for 2 seconds there.
Levitt hits this one over to Smith, to Hunter. As it was Zimmer trying to spike that one down. But another point going back over to Husson as they are now up 12-4. A lot of this momentum kind of started right at the end of that fourth set.
Yeah, right when the Eagles started to do a lot more at the net. You know, the blocking started to take over. And the Huskies have been really struggling to get it over the Eagles' blocks.
Right. As USM was able to score on that play, looking to try to stop the bleeding and fight their way back into this one. That's Perry. Puts it over to Levitt. Young tries to spike this one over. Hunter to Perry. A nice play there. As a nice effort by McIntyre to try to save it, but was not able to do so. As another point goes over to the Huskies.
Yeah, for either team right now, it's just trying to not have any more unforced errors. You know, no serves hitting the net. Make sure the ball does always get over in 3 hits. Just the simple things.
Perry to McIntyre, over to Young. Hunter will set up Perry, and a strong spike there. And another point going over to the Huskies. Make it 12-7. We see Ellie Perry now getting ready. Perry with the serve. Over to Levitt. To McIntyre. To Young with a spike. And it's going to go off the fingertips of Hunter. And another point goes over to the Eagles. As Beatty now will get ready to serve this one. The Eagles are leading this one 13-7. Beatty hits it towards Perry. Perry with another strong spike of her own. And she scores another point. Ball going back over to the Huskies. 13-8 now. As we're going to see number 6, Madison Zimmer, the sophomore.
One thing to remember, though, is the Huskies have used both timeouts now.
Right.
So unless the Eagles call a timeout, this is it for them. They don't really have any more attempts to stop momentum.
McIntyre over to Young. Smith saves it. Perry hits this one over. LeMay with the dig. McIntyre, Young to Smith. And Smith hits the net. And the Eagles are 1 point away from coming away with a victory. It'll be Amber LeMay taking it to serve here for the Eagles. LeMay to Hunter. Over to Perry. And it's going to be Cheyenne Young with the point there. And the Eagles come away with a 15-8 victory.
Wow, so let's take a look at the record book here real quick. The last time the Eagles won 2 sets against USM was 2013. The last time they won a match against USM was back in 2012.
Wow.
So a 7-match losing streak to Southern Maine is over.
Definitely was a great win for the Eagles here. They went up early, winning the first 2 sets. Ended up losing the 3rd and 4th set. But a good, strong 5th set from the Eagles. And they come away with their 2nd victory on the season, winning their first home match.
Yeah, now it's on the UMaine Fort Kent, who's been usually a dominant type school in the state of Maine when it comes to volleyball. So that should be, we might be set up for a nice matchup on Saturday, which I believe you got the call for.
Yes, I will be on the call for that.
Yeah, you got a busy day that Saturday with 2 soccer games and a volleyball game.
Absolutely. Definitely will be a busy Saturday for sure. But yes, just like Tyler mentioned, this upcoming Saturday, the Eagles will once again be back in action against the University of Maine of Fort Kent. That'll be a 6 o'clock game. Should be a very entertaining game for sure. Tyler, any last final thoughts here?
No, we talked about this program now under the leadership of Alex Gordon, and it's almost been night and day between the team we saw last year to this year's team. And just, they're not afraid to battle back. They're not afraid of any adversity that they might have to face, and the communication's been a lot better this year. And now they're just out here having fun.
Absolutely. And so that'll wrap things up here. As one last time, it was the Eagles coming away with a 3-2 victories in sets against University of Maine of Southern Maine. I'm Isaac Potter alongside Tyler Huey. Stay tuned for this weekend. We have lots of Husson sports coming to you this weekend. So one last time, have a great rest of your night.